Okay, Coach, autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Hands up, lead. Watch the screen. Pass. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Hands up.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Strip that ball. Check 52, 36, 36. Let's go.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Hey, whoa. Check 41. Hey, keep it up. Check 4. Look, squeeze. Ready.
Finley here, 3rd and long. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jalen Ferguson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
He's going deep for Brown. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now it's Mixon running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hey, Alpha. Hey, well, Mike 40. I don't even know why this team showed up. Hey. Check 24. Watch 24.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, box truck.
So Dalton now. Finding room inside the 40. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And finally taken down at the 34. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
First down, Bengals.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mixon. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Hey, Delta.
And the Bengals first down.
Heavy. He's going to double up. He got 3.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot, and this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
3rd down and 12.
Here we go. Set. Secure. Watch the screen.
This time Jackson will throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Check my 93, 52, 93, 44. There you go. Hey, exit.
From the 44, Dalton. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Go.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum of the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
That's it, baby. We go.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mike 52.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Now he steps away, and that is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Is that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On first down, Mixon, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Slam. Tight dog. Take out 368. 5.
On second down now, Mixon. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
93, 52, 93, 44.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Shane Ray. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. To the base. Here we go. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Check the backer. Check the backer.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Here we go.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
That's good for Baltimore. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go now.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Second quarter in Cleveland, and it's a big-time advantage for the Browns. They just scored again, pouring it on. They'll run on first down. Coleman will try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. And he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-20. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Preston Brown able to get in there and drop him behind the line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Check. 22, check. Cover. 22, check.
Jackson out to his left. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm here all day.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Watch the shit. Hey, Mike 52. Watch the curl.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Mike's 40.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton, he's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He's at the 40. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 50 yards.
Hey, Echo.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
7.
Dalton here from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On first down, it's Coleman. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, man.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run on first down. Mixon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as they'll come up and go for 2.
93, 52, 93.
They'll let Mixon try to run it in. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. Back now in Baltimore. For the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
368. Hey, zoom. 368. Mike 40.
Throwing on first down. Dalton over the middle. That's caught by Ross. And he's brought down after a very nice game. 23 yards, the final tally.
368.
From midfield here, Dalton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson, option right. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And all the way down to the 37. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 37-yard line. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
4 down, 4 down. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Jackson, option right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to pick up a dozen yards on the keeper, but now it's 4th down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Tucker's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
On first down, Coleman. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. He'll get the first down and more incentive. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Topper! Watch the pass.
Yeah, fight it.
Hatch it.
There you go, 368.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Jackson's going to throw it. Being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On third down, Jackson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Watch time, watch time. Tie it right. Hey.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Dancing to his left. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chains Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a...
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Red, 180.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. So we got man.
Down to hit.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now Foles. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Check. Watch twist.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. James Bradbury there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 44, Foles. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd and 9, Newton looking deep down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
On second down, here's Fournette. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Here we go. 180.
Coming to you.
Tiger.
Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, tight down. There you go. Hey, look.
Easy.
Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Newton. Steps away to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The tackle made by Miles Jack. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Ready. Look at it.
44 to Mike. Let's go, baby. Return up.
20. Great.
The former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett, the rookie with the carry. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Yeah, let's go.
Foles. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
At the 49-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I got one. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Gun.
44.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Here we go.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go. 180.
Watch the run. Both the mic.
Great.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 44. Mike, 44.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. It's complete. Artis Payne. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Artis Payne. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I know he ain't got it.
Gun.
44.
Hey, please.
From the gun, here's Newton. He'll throw complete to Gus Edwards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cameron Artis Payne. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Go, go, go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
1-1. Hey, box truck, box truck. Hey, Keaton.
2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Hey, Delta. Check. Watch 54. Rock it.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And an alley to run. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Gus Edwards, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Go.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Fournette running out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Check. Watch 54.
Hey, Haywood.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Minshew. Conley's got it over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
80 weapons.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Gun.
44, Mike, 44. They get 8. 49.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They're going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This is taken at his 4. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
20.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
44 to Mike. Watch the run, Mike. Fast. Bobo to Mike. Mike's Bobo.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
What's that? Look at him.
Mike, 44.
Great.
Slam.
Here's Hardest Payne. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Panthers first down. First and 10 at the
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the gun, Newton. Caught out left side by Robinson. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that, Burpo?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then it curls back inside for the completion.
Now Cam, option left. They'll run on 1st down. Edwards. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Squeeze, double, double. 44, Mike, 44. On the ball.
Express.
Check 31. Ball, try.
Great.
Now it's Newton. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Kill.
Gun.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half, too.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Rip right. Check.
They'll run it again with Fournette. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Bravo.
One set. Check, Mike, 54. Mike, 54. Watch the run.
Hey, Sam off. Sit.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They're down here in the 3rd quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Don't get nervous.
Whip.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
54's mark. 54's mark.
Look at me. Go on.
Watch the slant. Shoot.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. This quarterback now 5 of 6. Very accurate since taking over. And he's got his guys a 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Well, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Ready, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Throwing on 2nd down. Newton. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Now Scarlett. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Hey, Orbit.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Here we go, set. 60 yard. Blue draw Corker.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Ready? 30 base.
Right there. 54's Mike.
Watch the slant. Watch the hey. 2.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on. Switch.
Hey, lock it.
He'll look to throw. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They'll run with Fournette. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now Cam, option left. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And he's able to get it out of there. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
He's crossed. Hey, watch that. Check right 54. Right 54. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and